of Semarang. Around famous place, traditional dance typical of Semarang, Indonesia. Alright, before getting to the point, I will read out the schedule for today. First, there was a speech from the Dekan of the Faculty of Law, University of 17 Agustus 1945 Semarang. The next, video documentation screening, then the presentation of our four storytellers, and the last Q&A session will be opened. Let's start a speech from the Dekan of the Faculty of Law, University of 17 Agustus 1945 Semarang, to Professor Dr. Edi Lisdiono, Bachelor of Law, Magister Humanora. Time is yours. Sorry, Professor Edi. The mic is unmute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, the Honorable leaders of higher education from Sewu Purwokerto, Jenderal Sudirman University, Jana Badar University, Kuningan University, Wijaya Kusuma University, and Cooperative Indonesia, who are members of the winter camp event. We from Law Untak Semarang would like to thank you for the opportunity that has been invited together in the winter camp event today. Of course, this activity is very useful for Untak Semarang, especially at the Faculty of Law. In this activity, the Faculty of Law Untak Semarang introduced Javanese culture in the field of cultural arts, especially dance. Hopefully, the first activity that we participate in the could be useful, especially for Faculty of Law of Untak Semarang. Although winter camp activities are conducted online, they are very useful for use, especially for students. Furthermore, for the future winter camp activity, we can join again in the summer camp activities. Once again, on behalf of the legal leadership of Untak Semarang, we would like to thank you for the opportunity given to us. Those in this greeting, we thank you for your permission. Thank you, best regard. Okay.
Thank you, Prof. Edi.
Yeah, Pak.
And the next, we will show a video documentation. Please to the operators to play the video.
1945 Semarang Foundation. Semarang was started in 1960. University that is based on national with Pancasila morality. Untak Semarang's main campus, Kegiatan Luhur Bendan Dhuwur Semarang. Semarang consists of 6 in business faculty, engineering faculty, agricultural technology faculty, and 6 faculties. Untak mainstay towards forward innovative steps equal resources. Faculty and major or department created since Untak Semarang's leader figures for Central Java. Dr. Sansintorini Putra SH.MS. Law, criminal law, political and governmental law, and health law have delivered more than 750 alumni spread out of national and private. From law enforcement, judge, over the province in Indonesia as a notary PPAT and as the expert in the government or in the companies.
the video documentation from us, and then it will be followed by an explanation by the storyteller. For the storyteller, time is yours.
Hello everyone, we are representative of Undak Semarang. So today we will invite you to explore Japanese culture, especially Japanese dance. And I am Elisa, and this is my partner. You can introduce yourself.
I am Mika.
I am Ija.
And I'm Rosita.
Yep, and today we will be part of being a guide for you all friends. So we hope all the participants here can enjoy the whole event today.
Yeah, well, the island of Java is arguably the center of civilization in Indonesia. And Indonesia itself consists of 17,491 islands, 1,340 tribes, and 718 languages. First, we start with a place of worship, which is often used as a place for religious tourism by the community. It was inaugurated on November 14, 2006. The mosque has a cultural heritage that must be protected. It is a mosque that the residents of Semarang are proud of because it has its uniqueness. The Great Mosque of Central Java was designed based on a mixture of Japanese, Roman, and Islamic architectural styles. The building was designed by Engineer Haji Ahmad Fanani. The Roman style can be seen from the 25 pillars that are similar to the style of the Athenian Colosseum in Rome, which is decorated with a very beautiful calligraphy and symbolizes 25 prophets and apostles. At the gate of the mosque, there are two sentences of a creed written in Arabic Malay letters. Sucining Guni Gapuraning Gusti, which means a sincere will endeavored to live to the pleasure of Allah. Besides being prepared as a place of worship, it is also prepared as a religious tourist attraction. For this purpose, the Great Mosque is equipped with a guest house with a capacity of 23 rooms of various classes, so that pilgrims who want to spend the night can take advantage of the facilities. Something that makes this mosque stand out is the Al Husna Tower, which is 99 meters high. The lower part of the tower contains the Islamic Dawah Radio studio room and TV transmitter, while on the second and third floors, it is used as a museum of Islamic culture, and there is a Muslim cafe on the 18th floor, which can rotate 360 degrees. The next floor is used for the viewing tower, equipped with 5 binoculars that can be used to see the view of the city of Semarang from a height. Inside the Great Mosque of Central Java area, there is the Asma Al Husna Tower, and the foyer area of the Great Mosque of Central Java is equipped with 6 giant automatic umbrellas. The height of each electric umbrella is 20 meters with an umbrella diameter of about 14 meters. This umbrella is opened at every major prayer, such as Friday prayers, Eid al-Fitri, Eid al-Adha, with a note that when conditions do not exact 200 notes. This mosque also has a giant Quran collection measuring 145 multiplied by 95 centimeters. The Quran was handwritten by Dr. Randes Kaituddin from the Al-Asriya Islamic Boarding School, Kalibubar, Mojokerto, Wonosobo. The location is inside the main prayer room. The Great Mosque of Central Java also has a giant beduk measuring 310 centimeters long and 220 centimeters in diameter, which is a replica of the Pandawa Purworejo drum made by the students of Al-Falah Islamic Boarding School, Tinggarjaya Jatilawang Banyumas, which is the care of Kiai Haji Ahmad Sobri and uses leather cattle from Australia. The stick that was on the Friday pulpit was a gift from Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah from the country of Brunei Darussalam. The purpose of the establishment of this mosque is to increase moral values and as a center of worship for Muslims in the central Java region. This mosque is suitable for those who want to go the Holy Land with a limited cost because this mosque has an architecture that is similar to the mosque in the Arabian Peninsula there.
Wow, it's so wonderful. I'm very excited about another recommended destination in Semarang.
Yeah, I'm sure all the participants also want to hear more from you.
Yeah, the next one we have Semarang Old Town, or we call it Kota Lama. It's a tourist place and the house nicknamed Little Netherlands. This area is named Old Town because the buildings have the excellent architectural style. The tourists spot over beautiful buildings in the European architectural style in the 1700. These buildings are the witness of the history of Dutch colonial period. In addition, there are water canals built by the colonial government around all the city of Semarang. The old town has been alive since the 17th century. At the time, this area was one of trading center in Indonesia. So there was many Chinese and Arab traders. Public facility themselves are quick, complete, and good. Starting from the prior from roads, toilets, lodging, until the trash bins are available adequate number and the good condition. The journey at will the star modded day first, Beleduk Karch, Berok Braid, Amputan Tular Street, Marabunta, Legend Suparno Street, and return to the starting point. The Semarang Old Town in the area block location on the banks the Merbuk River administratively. And all the city Semarang is location is the Tanjung Mas area, North Semarang District, Semarang City. Here, the some tourist spot the most be visit when the Semarang Old City, Beleduk Park, Breok Bridge, Jiwasraya Building, Marabuta Building, Semarang Post Office, Maraba Building, and many more. 3D Art Museum, Semarang Contemporary Art Gallery, Cafe, and Authentic Building.
Wow, such a beautiful place in Semarang. I think I have to go there soon.
Yes, I hope when all participants here are coming to Indonesia, especially Semarang, they can explore all the tourism spots here. Okay, what do we have for the next destination, Icha?
For the next, we have Alun-Alun or Semarang Reborn Square.
Pardon, why is it called reborn?
It is because it was inaugurated on January 4, 2022. In ancient times, the city already had a city square next to Johar Market, which is the largest traditional market in Southeast Asia. Due to the increasing number of traders selling in the area, the city square has been displaced. In 2016, a huge fire hit the largest traditional market in Southeast Asia. Finally, the Semarang city government planned to reactivate the Semarang Square, and it started operating on January 4, 2022. On the lower floor of the square, there is the Johar Market, which is one of the larger traditional markets in Southeast Asia. For next, we have Pandanaran Street. Pandanaran Street is a shopping center for souvenirs of Semarang. In this area, we can find various kinds of souvenirs ranging from lumpia or spring roll, bandeng presto or presto milk piece, wingko babat, and other choices. The street is in the center of Semarang city. The name of Pandanaran Street is taken from the west region of Semarang city. He is the person who got the name of Semarang from tamarind trees which rarely exist in Semarang. There is a well in the center of the city on the National Road. This well is also called the Pancasila well because the Simbang Lima is a meeting of 5 roots that are united following Pancasila as the basis of the Indonesian state, which has 5 important points. The Pancasila well or Simbang Lima is also the center of Semarang. Currently, the Pancasila well has become a landmark of the city of Semarang, which is an open space commonly used by the people of Semarang for activities. It is usually crowded on Sunday by visitors who want to exercise, take walk, and do other activities. Especially when approaching the turn of the year, Simbang Lima Semarang becomes the center of the celebration of the turn of the years. But we aren't done yet, of course. Would you like to tell us any other interesting spot to visit, Aliza?
Yes, okay. We will get into the fourth place, and it is Lawang Sewu. So, Lawang Sewu is a historic building owned by Kereta Api Indonesia company, or a personal company, which was originally used as the head office of the private railway company, Netherlands English Spoorweg Maatschappij, or NISM. So Lawang Sewu building was built in stages on an area of 18,232 meters, and the main building began on February 27, 1994, and it was completed in July 1907. While the additional buildings were built around 1916 years and completed in 1918, the building was designed by Professor Jacob F. Hammer, BG Olendak, an architect from Amsterdam, with a dominant characteristic of curved and simple elements. The building is designed to resemble the letter L and has a large number of windows and doors as an air circulation system. Because of the large number of doors, people call it Lawang Sewu, which means 1,000 doors. In addition to its unique building design, Lawang Sewu has a stained glass ornament made by Johannes Lawrence Schouten stained glass. And the story tells about the prosperity and beauty of Java, Dutch rule over Semarang and Batavia, maritime cities, and the glory of the railroad. Other decorations at Lawang Sewu include pottery ornaments on the curved plane above the balcony, a small dome at the top of the water tower covered in copper, and a spire with bronze ornaments. Currently, the Lawang Sewu building is used as a museum that presents various collections from time to time for railways in Indonesia. The collection on display include more collections at one-ton machines, calculating machines, typewriters, steam locomotive replicas, securities, and others. Lawang Sewu presents the process of restoring the Lawang Sewu building, which consists of photos, videos, and restoration materials. Approaching these steps, there is a library filled with books about trains. In addition to being a historical tourist spot, Lawang Sewu building can also be rented for exhibition activities, meeting rooms, photo shooting, wedding parties, festivals, bazaars, art performances, workshops, etc. The Battle of 5 Days in Semarang was one of the battles that took place to defend the independence of the Republic of Indonesia in October 1945 to commemorate the sacrifices of the people in the 5-day battle. A monument was built in the middle of the Semarang Square. The laying of the first stone was carried out on October 28, 1945. Tubuh Muda at first glance looks like a candle. The head of the monument is shaped like a burning fire. This form of fire illustrates the fighting spirit to defend Indonesia's independence that will never go out. The center of the monument is shaped like a pointed bamboo, which means the weapon used by the fighters to defend Indonesia's independence. This pointed bamboo is shaped upright and consists of 5 pieces. These 5 pointed bamboos represent the 5-day battle that took place in Semarang from 15 to 19 October 1945. Under the pointed bamboo section, 5 stones have carved symbol of the precepts in Pancasila, namely a star, a chain, a banyan tree, a ball's head, and a rising pattern. At the bottom of this Pancasila bamboo sculpture, there are various kinds of sculptural decorations. Maybe would you like to tell us about the sculptural decoration, Rose?
Yeah, sure. We have a 5 decoration. Okay, for number 1, the Hungarian statue. The statue was carved by the artist Edis Narso. The sculpture depicts the life of the Indonesian people during the Dutch and Japanese occupation who were oppressed and suffering. During the colonial period, many Indonesians were starving. This made Hungarian of Arguzul hunger a lot to attack the people of Indonesia. And then number 2, the battle statue. This statue was carved by Joski, who came from Aceh. This sculpture symbolizes the fighting spirit and the courage of the Semarang youth force during the 5 days battle. And number 3, the assault statue. This statue was carved by Bakri, who is also from Aceh. This sculpture depicts the resistance of the Indonesian people against the oppressors who tried to worth the effort of the Indonesian people to be free from colonialism. And then number 4, the victim statue. This statue was carved by Nasir Bondan from London. This sculpture depicts the people who became victim in the 5 days battle. Number 5, a victory statue. This statue was carved by Johnny Trisno from Salatiga. This sculpture depicts the result of the effort and sacrifices that occurred in Semarang. Well, we hope all the participants here still get the excitement because we still have another interesting to this sport here, right, Vika?
Yes, absolutely. We will explore the 5th place. It's Sampukong. It's a tourist place as well as template as a distinctive and historic building design and interior. At the time, there were one houseman with Wang Jiho, who was a fairy ship. So, our stone cave was used and the place to treat Wang Jiho and rest from Xinghi. While the houseman helped himself, Xinghi continued his voyage to the east to complete a mission of fish and trade in ceramic and spice. After recovery from his illness, Wang led him men to work on the land and the build posts as well as make continuous what the locals. The environment around of the camp has also grown to become purpose because it's the trading agricultural activity. To honor his leadership, Wang also acquired Zhanghe statue from respect and remembered by the people around the stone cave. This the origin construction in the Sampukong temple in Semarang. Is the name Sampukong is the taken from name Admiral Zhang He. He was born the name Man Sangbu. It's a Hokkien dialect. Sampukong or Sangbugong in Mandarin means Sangbu cave. To this day, is the sharing to know as Sampukong the template with the location Jalan Simongan Raya number 129 is the open to the public. Where the traveling or praying, inside there are several buildings that can visit. Namely, is a place to worship for good of art, the tomb of Kiai Jurumudi, and the place of worship of the Sampukong, the tomb of Kiai Jangkar, the place of Nyai Cundik Bumi, and the place of Kiai Nyai Tumpeng. Other than all of wonderful destination, we still have various dance which show us there are so many riches on our fortune.
Yeah, and I am pretty sure that every country, every place has its own beauty, various cultures, and meaning behind it. So now we will talk about Japanese dances. I will start from the first one, the Gambyong dance. The meaning of Gambyong dance is likened to a rice goddess, the Sri, we call it, who is dancing. Therefore, in the past time, this dance was used for agricultural ritual ceremonies to get rice fertility and an abundant harvest. In its development, Gambian dance has been appointed as entertainment to enliven the wedding reception, to welcome guests, or a honor or state. The second one is the Gambang Semarang dance, or Semarangan dance, uses three standard movements, namely mandek, genjot, ngeyek, and they are hip-centered movements. Um, the art of comedy contained in this dance in one of the cultural identities that symbolizes Semarang, Semarang people, well, which is easy to get along with. And the number three is warak. Warak has a philosophical meaning that is always relevant as a guide for human life at any age. The form of a fictional creature, which is a combination of three ethnic symbols, reflects the unity or acculturation of culture in Semarang. And the characteristic straight form of Warak depicts the image of Semarang residents who are open, straight, and fixed candidly, so that there is no difference between the expression of the heart and the verbal expression. Warak Dajar dance has meaningful movements that can be understood by all audiences because this dance relates to offering, so it is easier for the audience to enjoy the dance. Now we will get into the history and the philosophy of Warak Ngendok, traditional dance of Semarang City, Indonesia. Maybe you can talk about the history.
Okay, history of Warak. Warak is a children's toy that used to be very popular in the city of Semarang and its surrounding, and is usually sold at beginning on the night market or Dugderen. Before this polymer, the physical form is a four-legged animal with a long neck, curly hair, or can also be straight or disfelled with various colors, especially red, white, yellow, green, with a straight body and head corners. And why is it called ngendok? It means laying eggs. Because sometimes an egg is placed under its straight tail between its forelegs. Well, here comes to the interpretation of the existence of this imaginary creature with the diversity of the population of the city of Semarang in particular. Well, the physical form of this ngendok warak is described as a goat, horse, buffalo, lion dance, or even a dog's body. While there are heads that resemble the heads of goats, Japanese dragons, Chinese dragons, and so on. While the fur also has many versions. Some are curly, straight, wavy, or scaly.
Warak itself comes from the Arabic word wara, which means holy, and hundok, or laying eggs, is symbolized as the result of present reward after previously undergoing a sacred process. Warak hundok can be interpreted as anyone who maintains chastity in the month of Ramadan. Later at the end of the month will get a reward on it. Warak Handok for the city of Semarang has become an icon of the city's identity and has been known outside the region. At several points in the city center, it is even planned to build a statue of Warak Handok as a mascot to emphasize the characteristic of the city of Semarang. Warak Handok originally was only a children's toy with a shape resembling an animal. When compared to the current form of a Warak Handok, the original Warak Handok is made of cork from the mangrove plant and has straight corners. It is said that the characteristic straight shape of the warak ngendok contains a deep philosophical meaning. It is believed that the straight shape depicts the image of Semarang residents who are open and straight and speak as they are. There is no difference between the expression of the heart with the verbal expression.
As what my partner said before, Warak Ngendok originally wasn't only a children's toy with a shape resembling an animal, and this mythological animal is described as a unifying symbol of the three major ethnic groups in Semarang. Its body part consists of dragon, which symbolize China, Burak, which symbolize Arabic, and goat, symbolizes Japanese. This imaginary animal is usually used as a mascot in the Dutchland festival, which is held a few days before the fasting month. So far, Warak Ngendok is believed to be made by Walayula. Warak Ngendok has a philosophical meaning that is always relevant as a guide for human life at any age. The form of a fictional creator, which is a combination of three ethnic symbols, reflects the unity or acculturation of culture in Semarang. It is said that the characteristic trait of Warak Ngendok describes the image of Semarang residents who are open, straight, and speak candidly, so that there is no difference between the expression of the heart and the verbal expression. Now we will watch a video about the Warak Ngendok game.
Well, that was all explanation from us about the tourist spots and culture behind them. We're gonna get straight into the Q&A session. So you can write down your question in the chat box if you have any, and send them personally to us. Don't forget to mention your name and where you are from. And we will read and answer each question as we can.
All right, thank you. The finally Q&A session will be open for the participant. If any question from participant, please them in the text box under the screen.
Can you please explain what is the story behind it? Does it symbolize something? Got it? Maybe you want to answer it?
Okay, yeah. Well, okay. Simpang Lima is the center of Semarang City, and it's also called the Pancasila road because the Simpang Lima is a meeting of 5 roads that are united following Pancasila as the basis of the Indonesian state, which has 5 different points. That's it.
Maybe we go to the question number 2. Is there any price to pay to get into the tourist spots you mentioned before? The date of the prices, but as long as we know, the price to get to this destination into the Lawang Sewu is 20,000 Indonesian rupiah and 35,000 Indonesian rupiah for some Samsung and 10,000 Indonesian rupiah for Beja Belenduk or Belenduk.
Yeah, we got another question. And talking about So have you got any spooky experience when visiting the site? Okay, this is my experience before. I think yeah, Laosio has history, right? But when we go there, we we can see that interesting, interesting place because this building has 1,000 doors, 1,000 windows. But honestly, if you go, you see just like that history about the train and history about how that colonialism. And when I was there, I didn't find any spooky experience. So I think if you all want to come there, you are safe. Okay, so don't be afraid if you want to go there. Okay.
So we got a question which talked about price to pay, which we have answered before, but maybe our friends skip it, so we will answer it again. Now maybe you can tell us, is there any price to pay to get into the tourist spot you mentioned before?
Okay, we have to mention we have to pay the price the into of destination. The price that in the Lawang Sewu is the 20,000 Indonesian rupiah and 25,000 for some people and 10,000 Indonesian rupiah for Jabon Prague.
Is there any other question?
Okay, another question. The second dance performance is more groovy than previous one. In what occasion normally that dance performed? Okay, we will keep this first. And we will answer later. What do you think? Okay.
Sorry for all the friends who want to ask directly. We are so sorry, but we just give you an option to chat through the chat box. So you can type down your question to the chat box and send it to us personally, so we can read it out and we will answer your question. We are not open for direct questions, so you can chat it down through the chat box. Thank you. We have a third question from Adriana Alvalzani. The question is, there was a spot you called with Bintang Lima. Can you explain what is the story behind it? Does it symbolize something? We also answered this before, but can you explain it again, please? Maybe our friends get us before.
For this question, I think I answered. I have answered it before. There was a spot because with Simon. Can you please explain what is the story behind it? Or does it symbolize something? Okay. Yeah. Simpang Lima is the center of Semarang city, right? So this field is also called the Pancasila field because the Simpang Lima is a meeting of 5 roads, yeah, that are united following Pancasila as the basis of the Indonesian state, which has 5 important points. And then for the next question, okay, I will answer the second dance performance in more delivery than previous one. What occasion normally the dance? This dance, yeah, usually performed in welcoming event or a festival. That our answer. And then another question.
For the next question.
Okay, for the next question, we have Queenie. The question is, are we allowed to get into the Great Mosque if we are not Muslim? What can we do there? We are absolutely allowed to get into it, whoever we are. And whatever our religious background, it has Islamic Da'wah Radio Studio Rules and TV transmitter, Museum of Islamic Culture, and Muslim Cafe. We are pretty sure that you will be amazed by the Japanese, Roman, and Islamic architectural styles with beautiful calligraphy decoration. Okay.
Okay. The question is from Aza. Hi, my name is Aza. I have a question. What is the interesting about the old city of Semarang? Okay, thank you, Aza, for your question. And in the old town Semarang, so many public facilities done well and complete and good. Here are some tourist spot is the most visited the old city of Semarang, Beleduk Praج, Breok Brais, Jiwa Seraya Building, Marabuta Building, Semarang Post Office, Maraba Building, and many more. 3D Trick Art Museum, Semarang Contemporary Art Gallery, and a cafe with an authentic building. Thank you, Azza, for your question.
Okay. Due to the limited duration, I think we have to end the Q&A, question and answer session here. Thank you very much for all the questions and the attention. Yep. We apologize for every mistake in our saying and our behavior. We give it back to our MP. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, maybe now next video. Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe we will open the Q&A session again. Yes. If any question,
Okay, there's question from Aiza.
okay. Sorry, there was a technical error. We will play the next video. Please. The title of Warang Pendok.
Hai semuanya, dalam video kali ini saya akan membahas salah satu kearifan lokal yang ada di kota Semarang. Nah, kalian pasti sudah tahu kan bahwa kota Semarang merupakan ibu kota dari Provinsi Jawa Tengah. Kota Semarang termasuk ke dalam kota
Can we open the Q&A session again? Okay.
Maybe we will answer the rest question since we have more extra time. So we will answer the question from class. The question is what about the cost of living in Semarang for the day? Actually, we don't really know about the cost of living for the day, but if you plan to stay here as a student, if you want to study here, we can find this article that state the facilities, the standard facilities is around 300,000 Indonesian rupiah, around 300 to 500,000, and it is 5 to 7 million Indonesian rupiah for a year. So it depends on how you choose the area where you live and about the standard facilities and the other aspect, I guess. Also, if you want to stay for a day, you can find in the internet about which hotel you prefer to, like the standard hotel with the standard facilities or the expensive one. It's range from your budget too, so you can pick the best for your necessary. Single.
Okay, we have a question from Rian. Hello, my name is Rian. I have Okay, hello, my name is Rian. I have a question. What do you think about diversity in Semarang? Well, I think diversity in Semarang, you know what, diversity is a blessing, right? Diversity is blessing. Why I say diversity is blessing? Because we know that people who live here, we have a different religion, we have a different race, we have a different culture, right? But we can respect to each other. We can, we can be friends. We can be close to each other. I think that's why I'm saying that diversity is blessing here in Semarang. Like that. Another question? Okay, question from Indri Mingrum. Is Gambang Semarang a kind of combination between Chinese and Japanese culture? Yeah, Gambang Semarang is a form of a cultural region between ethnic Chinese and Japanese with its pioneering figures, mostly ethnic Chinese such as Li Hosun and Oh Yoxia. Any another question? Still have time?
Because our time is up, kemudian we say sorry there is many mistake, and thank you very much for all the participants for your attention. We from University of 17 Agustus 1945 Semarang. So say goodbye and see you. Thank you.
Halo.
Halo, halo.
Halo, Mr. Abe.
Pak Andi.
Ya, Pak.
Mohon maaf ada kendala teknis sehingga kami tidak bisa share screen sehingga ini agak ada kendala sehingga ketika penjelasan tidak bisa disertai gambar sering terlempar ke hostnya kan itu. Mohon maaf bagaimana ini?
Ya, baik.
Padahal waktunya masih.
So, we close the presentation for all the event for today.
Iya, ya karena kami tidak bisa.
Okay.
Tidak bisa maksimal ini. Ya. Mohon maaf.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are so sorry that the presentation is not running well due to technical issue. So we hope the next event tomorrow, our next event will be going well. So for today, we finished all the event. Two events for today. The first one is the morning, and today the second one is from Untak Semarang. We hope we can meet again in the next event. By the way, the next event is kapan ya Pak Abe? Tomorrow? for next event?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So, Mr. Sarip yang will guide us for tomorrow, or Mr. Dian? We will see for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. So, Alhamdulillah, we close the event. Thank you for your all attention, all participants, till the end of this event today. Good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Andi, Mr. Saripudin, Mr. Abi.
Yep.
Terima kasih. Thank you.
Yeah, same.
Terima kasih.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Abi. Thank you, Mr. Sarapudin. Thank you for all.